as if they didn't have enough with which to contend in the face of fighting inflation on one hand and fending off recession on the other, central banks must now confront the failure of Silicon Valley Bank and any wider implications that has for the banking system, given that higher interest rates have played some role in putting the squeeze on that bank's customers and then ultimately the bank itself. We'll find out just how perturbed officials are, if indeed they're perturbed at all, when the US Federal Reserve and the Bank of England make their next monetary policy decisions on Wednesday the 22nd and Thursday the 23rd of March, respectively. At its last meeting on the 1st of February, the Federal Open Markets Committee and Chair Jay Powell sanctioned a 1/4 percentage point increase in the Fed funds rate to 4.75%. That followed a half-point hike in December and a series of 3/4 point moves before that, and that slowdown fueled markets' hopes of a pause in policy tightening and then a pivot to rate cuts and loosening before year-end. However, Chair Powell's feisty testimony to the Senate's Banking Committee in early March then prompted markets to reappraise and almost scrap that rosy view as they actually began to price in a half-point increase at this meeting, a peak Fed funds rate of 5.5% or even 6% later in the year, and no rate cuts until 2024. It'll therefore be interesting to see if the Fed does pause on interest rates this time and leaves them unchanged at 4.75%, even if that might in turn stoke fears that it'll then be taking a chance with inflation and prompt accusations that the US Central Bank is, well, frankly, winging it as it tries to extricate itself from a decade of zero interest rates and $7 trillion of quantitative easing, or QE. Also, therefore, do watch out for any comments on quantitative tightening, or QT, which is now running and currently doing so at the rate of $95 billion a month. But if nothing else, the Silicon Valley Bank shenanigans suggest the Fed may yet have a hard time of it getting the Fed funds rate back to pre-financial crisis levels, at least not without something breaking somewhere anyway. As for the Bank of England, Governor Andrew Bailey's already started to offer a more emollient commentary even before Silicon Valley Bank had caused wider financial markets to wobble. At its latest meeting on the 2nd of February, the Monetary Policy Committee approved a half-point increase in the base rate to 4% and maintained the pace of quantitative tightening at £80 billion a year. Remember that at the last meeting, the MPC vote was 7-2 in favour of that half-point hike to 4%, so two members actually voted for no change. How the vote plays out this time may be a further guide to future thinking at the Bank of England's remaining 6 policy meetings of 2023. In terms of company news, we have a busy slate of results releases, interim or final, and most of them come from small and the mid-cap brackets, with just 2 FTSE 100 firms scheduled to issue an announcement. Firms which may be worthy of further attention because of what they say about themselves, their industry, or the economy more generally include the following, although do note that some of these dates could yet to be subject to change. Bodycut, S3, Staffline, Henry Boot, Wednesday and Diversified Energy on the 21st of March. Vistry, Fevertree Drinks, Pendragon, Essentra and Judges Scientific on the 22nd. HK, Dignity, Portmeirion and Enquest on the 23rd. And Smiths Group, JD Wetherspoon and Wix round out the week on Friday the 24th. But the company which could just cause the biggest fuss in the week ahead is Kingfisher, the DIY expert, which owns the B&Q and Screwfix brands in the UK, Castorama and Brico Dépôt in France, and also operates in Spain and Eastern Europe. Well, it's due to release its full year results for the year to January 2023 on Tuesday the 21st of March. The shares are almost unchanged over the past year, which may surprise some, given how higher interest rates, inflation, and higher energy bills have put the squeeze on consumers' pockets in the UK and Europe alike. However, like-for-like sales have so far proved resilient and have actually exceeded pre-COVID levels, as online sales have blossomed, reaching 16% of group total, while Screwfix has taken market share and Castorama Poland has performed well, although it must be noted the shares are still down by a quarter from their 2021 peak. Now, Kingfisher's not said that much since November's third quarter trading update, when Chief Executive Thierry Garnier cut the firm's pre-tax profit guidance for the year to between £730 and £760 million, down from the prior steer of £770 million. When it comes to these full-year results, analysts will home in on 4 sets of figures. The first is sales. Analysts are looking for a full-year drop of 2.1% on a like-for-like basis, although that implies an almost flat second half after a 4.1% drop in the first 6 months of the financial year. For the fiscal 2024, if any guidance is given, Analysts are looking for a group-wide drop of 2.8% like for like. Secondly, analysts will then delve into the geographic sales trends. Analysts are looking for a 7.5% drop in like-for-like sales in the UK and Ireland, a 1.6% drop in France, and a 16% gain in Poland. For fiscal 2024, analysts are looking for a near 4% drop in the UK and Ireland, a near 3% drop in France, and a 1% drop in Poland, all like-for-like. Attention will then switch to the headline adjusted pre-tax profit figure. Monsieur Garnier's steer for the full year between 730 and 760 million implies a drop from last year's 949 million, and analysts looking for 739 million according to Kingfisher's own investor relations website. Note that the consensus for the year to January 2024 is looking for another drop to £636 million. The last headline figure to come under scrutiny will be the dividend. Kingfisher declared an unchanged first half payment of 3.8p a share, and the current consensus forecast is for a broadly unchanged full year payment of 12.4p a share. Management continues to target dividend cover of 2.25 to 2.75 times based on adjusted earnings, so keep a watch for that. And Kingfisher is also running a £300 million share buyback programme. It's already done 2 tranches of £75 million apiece, and it's currently running a third worth £50 million. Shareholders and analysts will also look for an update on the Powered by Kingfisher programme and the financial priorities outlined by Chief Executive Monsieur Garnier as part of that plan. And the key 3 tenets here are sales growth faster than the overall market, profit growth in line with and then faster than sales growth, and strong free cash flow. I hope that you and your families are all keeping well. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.